We have seen of late some Republican members of Congress start to make noises about tariffs, for example. Do you think there will be a moment in time where Republicans actually step up and say enough, or we need to stop this before it's too late?
I've been waiting for this. You know, one of the problems that we have versus other countries is that we don't have a multi-party system. We only have these two giant parties. And so people, we've seen this with Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, people who are still for the rule of law and they're lifelong Republicans, they don't have anywhere else to go, nor can you have people who are getting disaffected, ally with other opposition. They become a kind of multi-party opposition. So it's very difficult for people in the system of the party to go against Trump because he's also a very formidable enemy. It's like my way or you're my enemy. And so we've had articles where Gabriel Sherman published an article in Vanity Fair where GOP representatives are afraid for their physical safety. And this is an authoritarian sign. But the tariffs, which are a classic example of an autocrat who has structured things so that he only has sycophants and yes men around him or yes women. And he's been emboldened to think he's a genius and that his instincts are right. And we have religious institutions telling him that everything he does is by divine will. And so this is a pattern in history where a leader will make truly idiotic decisions, won't listen to anyone. And that's when the elites who have political elites in this case you're asking about, but other elites, business elites, will start backing away because finally they understand that this person is not fit for leadership and will do anything to harm, even harm the country, wreck the economy, as long as he gets his way. So now Trump has paused the tariffs, but I think this has been a wake-up call for many people. And you've seen some GOP members of Congress finally breaking with this kind of tyrannical hold in the last days and weeks.
You're so right, though. He surrounds himself with these yes men and women. And I think we saw that yesterday as everyone was praising him around the table for pausing the tariff and the stock market climbing again as if he deserved credit for that. It was truly bizarre.
I watched that and it's just painful to watch and doubly painful as an American today. But because this is a highly toxic environment and it leads to more disasters and larger disasters. I don't know how much more of a disaster economically he could have wrought because it's not just America, it's our trade, it's globally. And yet they're so anchored to his cult of personality and they're still so intimidated by him, and why they don't realize that if they band together and go against him, they could do a lot to constrain him.